Hello friends, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play of Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade, or as I'll probably refer to it going forward, Blazing Sword, since that's how I've always referred to it as. Really, they're both the same, so just whichever one I feel like at the time, I guess. Now, alongside Pokemon and The Legend of Zelda, Fire Emblem is one of my favorite series of games to play. It all started with this game back in 2003, and I've played every mainline Fire Emblem game that has released in North America since, and even Fire Emblem 6, the Binding Blade, which is exclusive to Japan. So, what better way to introduce Fire Emblem to my channel than by playing the game that introduced me to the franchise as a whole? Now, as you guys know, I do like to challenge myself with the games on my channel, and this will be no different. I'm sure you can see in the title of the video that I will be playing this game on the hard difficulty, but the important part here isn't necessarily how I'm challenging myself, but why the challenge is like this. So I've just got a little backstory here for you. When I was younger, strategy games weren't my strongest suit, and when it came to Fire Emblem specifically, I would rarely play these games on any of the harder difficulties. Throughout most of my playthroughs of the game, I would stick to the lower difficulties, and I'd only play the hardest difficulties, or the most feasible lunatic setting, Awakening, of the games once, just to say I did it. And because I wasn't as good at strategizing, I would instead focus on over-leveling my units and barrel through my opponents to make up for that lack of strategy. And if I lost, well, I would just over-level them further and try again. I'd even reset if a unit died because I wanted to have perfect playthroughs of the game, I'd barely use any forms of what I called good strategy. But as I grew older and began to take the time to learn the mechanics of these games, I started to understand how effective good strategy could be. I'd take the time to understand how to effectively use different types of units, or I'd make better use of terrain and weapon advantages, or I'd learn to visualize what my opponent would do and plan ahead to better adapt to situations. I was able to start breaking away from the mindset I had when I was playing these games in the past, and by doing so, I could actually play the higher difficulties of these games and be more effective at strategy while playing them than before. I was actually enjoying a Fire Emblem game as a proper strategy game, and getting just as much or even more enjoyment out of them as I did back then. So I figured it would be fun to go back to some of the earliest Fire Emblem games for me and see just how much I've improved since I last played the harder difficulties of these games. Now, I just want to let you guys know that as far as challenges go, playing on the hard difficulty is the only challenge I will be doing right now. There are several other things I could do to change up the playthrough, such as having restricted teams, doing it as a randomizer, which would be pretty fun, or the ever-popular Iron Man challenge, where you don't reset at any point, and you get a permanent game over should your main character die, but I'm saving those for another day. Trust me, I want to play those types of challenges. Right now, this playthrough is just simply for the fun of playing a Fire Emblem game, while also challenging myself to be better at it. Once that's done, not only will other Fire Emblems be introduced to this channel in a similar fashion, but I will then start to go back to previously played Fire Emblem games and tackle some of the other fun ideas for challenges then. Okay, that's enough preamble, so with that out of the way, let's get started with Fire Emblem Blazing Sword Hard Mode. Now, this game has two different main stories that you can do in Eliwood and Hector mode. But it also has a prologue series of chapters that serve as the tutorial for the game, where your main character is Lyn. If you were to play on normal, it's pretty hand-holdy for its tutorialing, so wouldn't really be much of a challenge. But if you're playing on hard mode, all the tutorialing is off, and you're able to play the levels normally. So I figured this would be a good place to start and see just if I've gotten any better at the game. And I know it's going to be pretty easy, but I figure starting at a tutorial is pretty fitting for the first episodes of Fire Emblem to be on my channel. So here we go. Fire Emblem 7 Lyn Hard Mode. Let's go. And just so you know, the other two the other two files were just so I could beat Eliwood and Hector on normal mode, just to unlock the hard modes for future playthroughs on this particular game setup here. But anyways, first we have to enter information for a tactician. One of the cool things this game does is let you self-insert yourself as a tactician in this game. Oops, there we go. So whenever the characters are talking to you specifically, they'll be talking to your character as the tactician. You can get different affinity types by clicking different months, but I really don't care about the months. It's just more so for the name. So are these the settings I want to use? Yes. So here we go with the first chapter, the prologue, A Girl from the Plains. And forgive me, I'm not going to be expertly voice acting the whole thing. I'm not the best when it comes to doing that kind of stuff. I mean, I'll give it a shot, but don't expect a 5-star performance from any of my voice acting. But anyways, here we go. Are you awake? I found you unconscious on the plains. I am Lynn of the Lorca tribe. You're safe now. Who are you? Can you remember your name? Your name is Storm? What an odd-sounding name. But pay me no mind. It is a good name. I see by your attire that you are a traveler. What brings you to the Sakai Plains? Would you share your story with me? What was that noise? I'll go see what's happening. Storm, wait here for me. Oh no, bandits! They must have come down from the burned mountains. They must be planning on raiding the local villages. I have to stop them. If that's all of them, I think I can handle them on my own. You'll be safe in here, Storm. What? You want to help? Well, can you use a weapon? Ah, I see. So you're a strategist by trade. An odd profession, but... Very well, we'll go together. So over here. If you want to help Storm, I could use your advice. I'll protect you, so stay close to me. Okay, so this chapter really isn't too difficult. It's really just have Lynn here defeat these 2 bandits. Now in the tutorial, it scripts you through the whole thing just so you can understand how to do movement and attacking. So, oh yeah, before I forget, I'm gonna just do some options here because the text speed needs to be a lot faster. And I just set that for my own preferences. But it's not too difficult. But I will say this though. I'll go in here and I'll show you this here on the screen. So if you can see here on the combat statistics where it says hit, the bandit has a 40% chance to hit me, whereas I have a 100% chance to hit, so I'd be guaranteed. But in the event that that bandit hits me, and then on the counter swing, the bandit hits me again, I would die. And let's be real, I don't think anyone wants to die on the first level of a tutorial chapter. So to play it a little safer, I'm going to have the bandit come up to me and attack first. So that way if I get hit, I can heal. Okay, well I dodged that. So might be overcautious, but I'm making sure I don't get hit. But I will be able to finish off this bandit on my turn. Okay, not too difficult there. Now, I'll be doing the same thing with this bandit boss up here. Just like that. Who do you think you are? You think you can stand up to Bata the Beast? So, like, there we go. I took a hit. So if I went in for the swing there and then Bata hit me and then hit me again on my turn, or not my turn, his turn, I would get knocked out. So we're going to avoid that possibility altogether. Now, of course, because he's on what is the equivalent of a throne, gets a little health recovery. But it doesn't matter too much since I am able to outdamage the recovery. Okay, so should be able to hit this part, no problem. And down goes Bata. What? How did you? And we get our first level up. All right, we got strength. I like that. Yes, every stack growth has a percentage chance to increase upon level up. Depending on you can kind of tell what some of the percentages might be based on classes alone. Like Lynn here is based on, Lynn is considered a lord, but her class is based on the sword fighter or Myrmidon class that emphasize skill and speed and not so much on strength or defenses. So if she levels up anything outside of skill and speed, I consider it a good thing. But enough about that. We beat the bandits, so let's seize and clear the chapter. Good work. Let's go home. Good morning. Are you awake yet? That fight yesterday must have taken a lot out of you. Say, Storm, I want to talk to you about something. You have some experience in the ways of war, I can see. Would you allow me to travel with you? What? You want me to get permission from my parents? My mother and my father died 6 months ago. My people, the Lorca, I'm the last of my tribe. Bandits attacked, and they killed so many people. The tribe was scattered. My father was our chieftain, and I wanted to protect our people. But I'm so young, and our people were so old-fashioned. They wouldn't follow a woman. No one would follow me. I'm sorry. I've been alone for so long. No. No more. I will shed no more tears. Thank you. I'm better now. Storm, I must become stronger so that I may avenge my father's death. Yesterday's battle taught me something. I won't become stronger by sitting here alone. Storm, tell me you'll train me, that you'll let me travel with you. You will? Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. Oh, thank you. We'll be better off working together, I know it. You'll be my master strategist, and I'll be your peerless warrior. We can do it, right? Okay, well, since that was just the prologue chapter, that really wasn't a chapter where a lot of things happened, let's play another level, Footsteps of Fate. The apprentice tactician Storm and the young sword fighter Lyn, a strange pair on an even stranger journey. To prepare for the long road ahead, they go to Bulgar, the commercial center of Sakai. Unbeknownst to Lyn, she will discover something that will alter her life forever. And here we have two horsemen coming up. Wonder what their purpose will be. Chapter 1, Footsteps of Fate. This was a tune I always liked in the game. Storm, over here. This is Bulgar, the biggest city in all of Sakai. We should purchase supplies for our journey. Oh, my heart, what a dazzling vision of loveliness. Wait, oh beauteous one, would you not favor me with your name? Or better yet, your company? Where are you from, Sir Knight, that you speak so freely to a stranger? I thought you'd never ask. I am from Lycia. I hail from the Kalen Canton, home to men of passion and fire. Shouldn't that be home to callow oafs with loose tongues? Good comeback, Lyn. Oh, you're even lovely when you're cruel. Let's go, Storm. I have nothing more to say. Wait, please. Here we have his partner. Sane, hold your tongue. Ah, Kent, my boon companion, why so severe in expression? If your manner were more serious, I wouldn't have to be so severe. We still have a mission to complete, Sane. I know that. But how could I remain silent in the presence of such beauty? It would have been discourteous. What do you know of courtesy? Excuse me, you're blocking the road. If you would be so kind as to move your horses. Of course, my apologies. Thank you. You at least seem honorable enough, and sorry I just scrolled past that a bit too quick. Pardon me, but I feel like we've met before. I beg your pardon? Hey, no fair, Kent. I saw her first. It seems there are no decent men among Lycia's knights. Let's go, Storm. I've run out of patience. Wait, please, it's not like that. Sane, you lout. Huh? Not like that. I thought you were... I am not you. Come, we must follow her. I suspect she might be... Be what? She's our mission? You're joking. Wait! Meanwhile, on the outskirts of town... Run! We're being pursued! Could it be those knights from town? No, it's not them. These men are out for blood. Aren't you the pretty one? Your name is Lindis, is it not? What did you... Who are you? Such a waste. An absolute waste. The things I'll do for gold. Ah well, time to die, darling. Come on out, boys. So here we got another chapter filled with bandits, but not too difficult since this is still an early game chapter. Oh no, there are more than I can handle. To be fair, Lyn, you probably could handle them. Hey, there she is. And then here we have the two knights from before. Ooh, finally caught up. Hold, you there, what is your business? Such numbers against a girl? Cowards, every one of you. You're from... We can discuss that later. It appears these ruffians mean to do you harm. If it's a fight they want, let them look to me. Stand back, I'll take care of this. No, this is my fight. Stay out of my way. Well, I can't just stand here and do nothing. I have a solution. You there, command us. I am Kent, a knight of Lycia. My companion is sane. Or insane in some cases, but we'll just ignore that. We will follow your orders in this battle. Is that acceptable, my lady? Yes, it is. Storm and I will lead. Let's go. So here we get introduced to the Cavaliers Kent and Sane. Very good units for just being Cavaliers in general, because horse units are pretty balanced as far as stats are concerned, and they do have pretty good movement, so don't be surprised to have a bulk of your army be horseback units, because they are pretty versatile. Now in this, in the tutorial, Sane would get an iron sword through some of the tutorial fights, but in this one he does not, so he is stuck with just an iron lance. So against all of these axe units, a lance doesn't do very well, but even so, I'm still gonna have Sane pull in some combats here. And of course, the fun starts. Now, it's not that I shouldn't expect to dodge all things below 50, but it's just one of those things that you always got to be prepared for. Like, even right there, too. Just get hit by a 19. But I just gotta take all of the hits that I get in stride and make my way to the end. Okay, so what I'm going to do here... I'm going to have Lynn... I'm gonna have Lynn go down here and heal up. I'm gonna give Kent's Iron Sword here to Sane. And I'll have Sane handle the fight there. Okay, at least I dodged that 19. I'm okay with that. Okay, and now Sane is better equipped to deal with this bandit. Now, if I remember what Kent and Sane specialize in, I believe Sane is meant to be the Cavalier that has a higher strength growth, and then Kent is the one that's supposed to have a higher speed growth. I could be wrong, but I think that's how it is. So with Sane's stronger sword arm, I'm able to take care of this bandit in 2 hits as opposed to Kent's 3. And we have Lynn down here who takes care of this bandit, no problem. As I was saying at the beginning of the chapter, I probably could have just stuck Lynn in some of these forest bushes here since they do provide defense and avoid boosts. And Lynn probably could have just handled the whole chapter by herself. But I will gladly make use of these horseback units. You can use your units to rescue each other and ferry across battlefields. So I'm going to take advantage of Kent's ability to rescue Lynn and ferry across the battlefield. And meanwhile, Sane plays cleanup and takes care of the bandits. So all we got left is the boss here. So we'll just have Kent drop Lynn off there. The boss doesn't move, so I don't have to worry too much. Now, I don't die in 2 hits, so I'm going to have Sane go ahead and engage in combat. Accursed knights, always tampering in others' affairs. Okay, well I got lucky on that coin flip. And even on that one too. Okay, well things are working out good so far. What does Sane get on his first level? Strength and speed, okay, and even defense too. That's pretty good. Alright, now I could have Sane or Lynn finish off the boss here, but I'm going to do another trade swap. Have Sane give back Kent's Iron Sword. And I'll have Kent finish off the boss to give him a boost in experience. Blast. There was only supposed to be a lone girl. Well, you thought wrong. Now, not enough for a full level up, but that helps get Kent closer to a level. But that's the end of the chapter there. That's the last of them. Fantastic work, Storm. And now for these Knights of Lycia. You were going to share your story with me? Yes. We have ventured from Kalin in Lycia in search of someone. Lycia, that's the country beyond the mountains in the southwest, isn't it? Correct. We've come as messengers to the Lady Madeline, who eloped with a nomad some 19 years ago. Madeline? Our lord the Marquess, and apologies, I always have trouble remembering if it's Marquess or Marquis, but I'm going to go with Marquess, and if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments below. Our lord the Marquess of Kaylin's only daughter. He was heartbroken his own daughter would abandon him so. Eventually, the Marquess simply declared that he had no daughter. And then this year, we received a letter from Lady Madeline. It said that she, her husband, and their daughter were living happily on the Sakai Plains. The Marquess was ecstatic to learn he had a granddaughter of 18 years. I remember the smile on his face when he announced that he had suddenly become a grandfather. The granddaughter's name is Lindis. This was also the name of the Marquess's wife, who passed away at an early age. Lindis? That she should bear this name thawed the Marquess's heart. Now, his only wish is to meet his daughter's family at least once. This is why we're here. We didn't know that Lady Madeline died a few days after sending her letter. We only learned this shortly after we arrived here in Bulgar. But we also learned all was not lost. Her daughter yet lives. We heard that she was living alone on the plains. I knew it immediately. You are the Lady Lindis. Why would you think that? Your resemblance to your departed mother is remarkable. What? Did you know my mother? I'm sorry to say I never met her directly, but I saw her portraits in Castle Kaelin. To the rest of my tribe, I was always Lyn. But when I was with my parents, when it was just the three of us, I was Lindis. It's all so strange. I was all alone in the world, and now I have a grandfather. Lindis. I never thought I would hear that name again. And then the sudden realization, wait, that bandit, he also called me Lindis. What? How could he have? He was a henchman of Lord Lundgren, wasn't he? Lundgren? Who's that? He's the Marquess's younger brother. Everyone assumed the Lady Madeline was gone forever. This made Lord Lundgren heir to the Marquess's title. To be blunt, milady, your existence is an obstacle to your granduncle's ambitions. But I have no interest in inheriting any title. Unfortunately, your granduncle is not the sort of man to believe that. I believe the attempts on your life will persist. What should I do? Accompany us to Kaelin. Continuing on this way is dangerous. I feel I have little choice. I will go with you. Storm, I'm sorry. This changes everything. What will you do, Storm? You want me to decide? Of course, your companionship would do much to ease my journey, but it's going to be so dangerous. You'll come? Are you sure? Oh, thank you. Let me ask you once again for your friendship and your aid. Well, you know what? Since things are still in the early stages of chapters, I'm going to give you guys a bonus of another chapter for this episode. So here we go with Sword of Spirits. A small altar lies on the outskirts of Bulgar. The ancient temple, sacred to the people of Sakai, has long been known for its powerful bond to the world of spirits. Before starting their journey, our travelers come here to pray for their well-being. At this altar, Lyn's hand is directed to a grand inheritance. Chapter 2, Sword of Spirits. Storm, hold a moment, and allow me a short detour. There is a sacred sword enshrined in an altar east of here. The people of Sakai go there to pray for safety at the onset of a long journey. Oh, how quaint! The teachings of Element have the most followers in Alib. It is nice to see that, here at least, the ancient customs are still observed. But all is not peaceful, as now we have arrival of more bandits. Old man, stay where you are and hold your tongue. Threaten me as you will, but I'll not give up the Manikati. The Manikati is a sacred blade under divine protection. It cannot be removed from its place of rest. You're a fool, old man. What good's a sword if you don't use it? Use it? In combat? Sacrilege. Sacrilege? I am Glass. The gods fear my name. My swordplay is peerless. And if I want this sword, then this sword I shall have. Now get out of my way. Oof. This isn't Fire Emblem 9. There's no shove mechanic. This is it. It's more magnificent than I'd imagined. This sword was made for a swordsman of my skill. What's this? I can't draw the sword from its scabbard? The spirits of the blade have judged you. You have been found wanting. They have rejected you. What? Listen, you senile old fool. If you value your own life, you'll get out of my sight! Curses! Miserable spirits! I care nothing for you. I'll tear this altar down stone by stone. And then we just have this lady who happens to be passing from the altar. I beg your pardon, my lady. Are you headed east to the altar? Yes, we are indeed. Then you must hurry and help the priest there. I saw a band of local ruffians head in there not long ago. They seemed intent on stealing the altar's sacred sword. The Manikati. They're going to steal it. I cannot allow this to happen. You look like a virtuous group. Please, help him. Lindis, what are you planning? If you hope to go to the priest's aid, you'll need to prepare. You're right. Say, Storm. There are some homes to the south of us. Perhaps we should go there and question the residents. Now that comment there is part of the tutorial in the normal mode, where you go down here to visit these houses. Now I think these houses here just give you some general gameplay tips. I think one of them is using forts such as these for health recovery and additional defensive measures. And this house down here tells you about how this wall here is cracked. So if you strike this and similar types of terrain with your weapons enough, you can create shortcuts to places. So I think you can tell by some of the topography here that we got some hills down here, and horseback units can't go through these types of hill terrains here. I believe paladins might be able to, but I know for certain cavaliers can't. So if you want to get Kent Insane into the altar here, you have to use this shortcut by breaking down the wall. Lynn can cross this no problem, but then Lynn would have to handle the whole thing herself. Possible, yes. Effective, depends on the situation. Okay, so let's get started here. I want the best spot here, I think. Yeah, I'll have Kent go here. I'll have Sane go down here. Lynn can just follow suit behind. And this way, I'm engaging the bandit outside of the trees. Okay, is that enough? Yes. So, Kent's first level up. Let's see what you get. Only health. Come on, Kent. Wanted at least one other stat. Alright. Well, if I want to get started on this wall here, Sane's a perfect candidate for it, because he has a high strength stat and access to the more powerful lance as opposed to a sword. So he can break the wall in 2 hits even without getting a strength growth. So if you want a quick way through, Sane is your best bet. Now I will just have Kent engage here. Alright, smooth sailing so far. And I'll just have Lynn finish off the bandit here. Alright, another level up. Well, okay. Speed is speed. Alright, so we do have the 2 bandits coming from below. So I'm just gonna have Sane go ahead and break the wall here. Just so I can get myself going in here. Then I'll have Kent start tackling the bandits down here. Now this bandit here will be able to go up and attack Sane if that's what he wants to do. I won't die from 1 hit, but just a combat scenario I'd want to avoid, and my goodness. Don't scare me like that. At least I wouldn't die to a 2nd hit right now, but that's just kind of cutting it close. Okay. Well, I still had a decent chance of hitting, and it pulls through. Nice job, Sane. So yes, even though I was using a disadvantageous weapon, it is still possible for me to engage in combats and still do damage. Speaking of disadvantageous hits, my goodness, my guys just love getting access to the face. Okay, let's try this again. Preferably with less access to the face. Kent, what's going on here? Don't tell me you like getting access to the face. Okay. So I wouldn't die to this either. Okay. Thanks for hitting that one, Sane. Jeez, it's gonna be vulneraries getting passed around all day. At least I can take this engagement guaranteed. Okay, but I've broken down the wall, and now I have access to the inner part of the temple. Okay. Now, Sane's not doing too bad. I do want to give Lyn another vulnerary use just in case. Since I'll have Lyn engage this bandit down here. Oh my god. What's that been, like 5 hits? Oh my goodness. Like, I'm not so blind to the fact that, like, thinking that anything 40 or below or even 50 below is guaranteed to hit. But come on, at least dodge one more of those than what I'm expecting. Ah, so close. But this would be... Yeah, this is perfect for Kent and Sane, since I'll use the lance for the advantage. Now, mercenaries are known for more of their skill and speed. It's kind of similar to Lyn, but there is a class in this game called Myrmidon, which is essentially sword fighter. And they're both kind of meant for skill and speed growth, but mercenaries are kind of geared towards additional strength growth. Sane. Okay, I'm not so salty about that one, since I know swords are meant for hitting, but still. Okay, going for the one that glass can live. Okay, which one of these two is closer to a level up? I'll let them get the strike. So Sane's got that. Okay, they're both about the same. Sane had a good level up before, so I'm gonna let Kent get the finishing blow. There we go. Ugh. Okay. Another level up, another chance. Kent. Why are you letting me down? Oh well. I mean, Kent's still perfectly serviceable for the early game, so I'm not going to complain too much more. But that's everything in the chapter, so let's seize it right now. Ah, your clothing. Are you of the Lorca tribe? I'm Lyn, the chieftain's daughter. Are you hurt, sir? Thanks to you, I am unscathed, except for that shove wound I got from that guy before. You have my gratitude. And the sword? Is it safe? Yes, I have sealed the sword safely away. Until I remove my spell, the sword cannot be drawn. Now, as a token of my gratitude, I shall allow you to lay hands upon the Manikati, touch the blade's pattern, and pray for a safe journey. Oh, thank you so much. But of course, grand inheritance and all that. What did... The sword. It's glowing. It is the power of the spirits. Lyn, they have looked into your soul and they call out to you. What does that mean? You are its rightful owner. You are to wield the Manikati. No, I can't. I couldn't. It is the sword's wish. If you require proof, draw it from its sheath. Swing. It came out. Effortlessly. I never dared to hope that I might meet the wielder of the Manikati in my life. I am indeed fortunate to see your sword reach your hands. My sword? Yeah, in Fire Emblem, there are a series of weapons that are bound only to specific people. They are called preferred weapons, or PRF weapons. And the Manikati is Lyn's PRF weapon, so it can only be used by Lyn. And it is a very good sword, too, so I'll be sure to use it quite a bit. It is time for you to go, Lyn. You face a great many ordeals. Grip this sword and meet your destiny head-on. Yes. Yes, sir. Alright. So this is the Manikati, a blade with no equal. This is also unbelievable. Perhaps the most famous sword in all of Sakai, in my hand. It's not so strange. In fact, many legends tell similar tales. Special blades all over the land call out to their proper owners. And yet, when I saw you draw that blade, Lindis, I felt something extraordinary. That sword was waiting for you. You were meant to draw it. Stop it! I'm nothing special. Think of it this way. Some weapons feel more comfortable in your hand, right? well, the Manikati itself feels very comfortable with you. Does that make it any easier for you to accept? It doesn't appear that either of us can use it. It does feel right in my hand, a blade that only I can wield. That seems reasonable enough. I guess I can understand that. Look at it, Storm. This is the Manikati. This is my sword. I must care for it well. And that's... Oh, we do have a little bit more of exposition here. Back at Castle Kalin. So... What? Madeline's daughter is still alive? Yes, Lord Lundgren. The girl is traveling with Kent and Sane. What are your orders? If we let them be... Bah, I've heard that northern burn is full of bandits. She's just a girl. She'll not survive her journey here. I'm more concerned with my older brother. His life must be ended quickly. The poison. There must be no blunders. Yes, my lord. He suspects nothing and continues to drink it. The Marquess's death, due no doubt to sudden illness, is not far off. Soon Kalin will be mine. All right, with that bit of exposition out of the way, I think this is a good point to call the episode. So, thank you very much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed the first episode of Fire Emblem to go up on this channel. Let me know, what did you guys think? I know it was a bit exposition heavy right at the start there, but naturally a lot of stories like this are. But do you think everything went well? Do you think there's any ways I could improve? Do you think I played these first few chapters near flawlessly? Because I know I took a couple of hits. But let me know what you guys think below, and hopefully you'll look forward to more Fire Emblem in the future. So thank you very much for watching today. Take care, stay safe, and have a good day.